Hello and welcome to another Pulp Picks. My name is Patrick.
I'm Fritz.
I'm Sarah.
And we are here to give you our choices for what you should be reading because we like to tell you what to do. No, there are picks for what we really enjoyed this week for new comic book releases, and we do this every week. So let's get started. Sarah, you've been gone for a while, so you should be good and ready to go here.
Wow, call it out. All right. I was here 1 week when Fritz wasn't.
That is true. That week got a lot of views, too. I'm sure it has nothing to do with you.
I'm sure it has everything to do with it.
I think I threw some money at that video.
So this week I picked Phantom Road, #1, Jeff Lemire. What I really like about Jeff Lemire is just his ability to tell a lot of story without needing to use a lot of words.
Yeah.
I just think he's got a way with doing that, and this is no exception. So essentially, Phantom Road sets up for this trucker who is out driving his semi and sort of starts to daydream, but then he sees. So we learn a little bit about his past, and then he sees this car on the complete opposite side of the road of where it's supposed to be. It's been crashed. And, he is able to stop in time and miss the car and get out and ask what's going on. And this woman who's been in this crash doesn't really know what's going on. She's speaking incoherently. He has no idea what she's talking about. And then there's just this thing in the road, and we don't really know what the thing is in the road.
Is it a fork?
Is it a fork?
If it's anything like what's been on the roads in Minnesota lately, it's an old person driving really slow with their flashers on. Because apparently that's a thing you can do now.
Yep. We forget how it happens. It melts a little bit, then we have to go through the whole process again.
Oh, gosh.
But anyway, there's a thing in the road, and he ends up touching it, and it's, I don't know, then they end up, they're still on the same road, but it goes from nighttime to daytime, and it's there's nothing there except for the two of them in the semi-truck. And they come across this being, which we don't really know what it is yet. And it is a very hostile being. And then they have to figure out, what they're going to do. This is a very lovely depiction. He's got a bloodied crowbar that kind of tells you where the story's going. So no clue what these things are, but the two of them are now on this adventure, I guess, to figure out what this thing is in the road that they touched that took them to a different place. I assume the Phantom Road.
Yeah.
But, if you like supernatural type things, I assume this is kind of where that story is going. Then I'd highly recommend it. Again, I just like that Jeff Lemire has this very, very insightful way of telling a story without needing to speak a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't like reading a lot of text-heavy comics, here you go. This one's really good.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah. Fritz, what'd you pick?
So I picked the new Rogue and Gambit miniseries, simply just titled Rogue and Gambit. This features a lot of people's at least favorite ex-couple trying to have some off time, trying to relax, get away from all the superheroing of it all. Obviously doesn't go terribly well, as these things are wont.
That is a shocker.
Yeah. Yeah, they're tasked with Rogue's mom, Destiny, who can see the future, gives them this vague warning of you gotta find Manifold, you gotta protect him, there's something dangerous coming, which is clearly super vague and unhelpful. And when they find Manifold, he's just yeah, that's super vague and unhelpful. No. And they bring up in here, if you've been reading Sword and X-Men Red, Manifold's had a heck of a time over in those books dealing with Abigail Brand's shenanigans.
Yeah.
So he's not exactly feeling like playing ball with the X-Men at the moment. But what he is feel like playing ball with is finding out who's been stealing a bunch of supervillains lately. And they decide to help him, see if maybe they help scratch his back, he'll scratch theirs. Doesn't go, again, this is a series of things with best intentions going poorly for everyone involved. And I'm very curious to see how it's going to get worse before it gets better, because it's definitely not getting better anytime soon for them. But no, it's fun, their relationship dynamics, they're clearly in love, but they're clearly like everything's kind of getting to them. They're having like some issues with each other. Like Remy's getting drunk, Rogue's like focusing more on being a superhero than like being a couple. So like they both got like different problems with each other, and hopefully they can figure it out. But in the meantime, they're having it's being a fun read, having them not figure it out.
Well, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah, over to you, Patrick.
Well, this will shock nobody, but I picked DC Horror Sergeant Rock versus Army of the Dead, 6 of 6. This wraps up the series. I think I picked 4.
You at least picked 2 issues. I know that. For sure.
Yeah. So 3 or 4 of these. It has been fantastic, and so I picked. Well, it's the end of the series. Why would you pick that and tell people to try to buy that? Well, the graphic novel is going to be coming out pretty soon. So if you haven't been reading this one, which I've been recommending it, so why are you even watching the videos at this point if you haven't been reading anything that we're recommending?
Yeah, never watch our videos.
Right,
again.
Stop. Just stop. Stop everything that you're doing.
You know.
Or
still watch the videos.
Or better yet, if you haven't been reading this, when the graphic novel comes out in 6 weeks or whatever it'll end up being, pick that up, because I was telling Fritz this morning that a lot of times in these mini-series, you get a really cool concept and you have fun telling the story, and then the ending is just kind of like, bleh.
Mm-hmm.
They nailed the landing on this one. It was really great. It's basically just a throwdown with Hitler in the bunker at the end. I played the Wolfenstein 3D when I was a kid, and so this hit those kind of nostalgia notes for me. Oh, it was fantastic. I was reliving all those moments, those 16-bit moments or whatever that game was in my mind. Just gorgeous. But Bruce Campbell did a fantastic job of telling this story. Went all out, no holds barred, just let Sergeant Rock and Hitler have a throwdown for who's gonna win. And there's a surprise little twist at the very, very end that I was really excited about. So this might not be it for Sergeant Rock. I guess I gave it away that Sergeant Rock survives that thing. But if you don't know that Hitler died at the end of World War II, then I guess... spoiler alert on the back end of that one. The art was gorgeous in this. I talked about with issue number 1, when they get a celebrity to write something, you just never know. Like, are they just getting it because they're a celebrity, or do they actually have some talent? And this was kind of, again, one of those things where he did a lot with the setup and the dialogue that he used without having to have it be really text heavy. So it reads fast. But you spend a lot of time looking at every panel because the art is so gorgeous. So I really enjoyed it. And if you haven't picked it up, the graphic novel will be coming soon. I highly recommend it. And I would assume that Bruce Campbell probably watches these videos. And because I just gave this book such a glowing review, that he would send me a set of autographed ones, Bruce. Huh? All right, so that's all we've got for this week. I'll let you know when those arrive, everybody, and please be sure to join us every week. We do this review every week, give you an idea. Comics hit our wall every Wednesday. DC Comics you can pick up on Tuesdays, but Marvel and all the indie publishers are available on Wednesdays, so that's why we do these on Wednesday mornings and post them. And you can like and subscribe our videos. Follow us on social media. It's all Pulp CG, as in Pulp Comics and Games. And then that's also our website too, pulpcg.com. And we will be back next week. And thank you, Fritz. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we'll see you later. Take care.
There's an alternate timeline where instead of Spielberg making Saving Private Ryan, he decided to make a Sergeant Rock movie with Bruce Campbell as Sergeant Rock.
Oh my God! Why am I living in this world?
Why am I living in this world?
Oh.